Hello everyone, this is Professor Maloney, and today I'm going to be creating a video demonstration on Microsoft Word Module 1 project. As you know by now in our class, projects are worth 32% of your final class grade. 32%, that's a big number. But every project is based on the demonstration or the training, the required training modules that you must do. The training modules are worth 16% of your grade. Projects are worth 32% of your grade. In this class, there's 3 projects in Word, 3 in Microsoft Excel, and 3 for Microsoft PowerPoint. I'll only demonstrate 1 project for each of those 3 areas because this class is it's too tightly wrapped, so to speak. There's a lot of things happening, and I want to make sure that we're all good with what's happening in the class. And bottom line is you must do the trainings, and you only get like 9 days to do all of the Word activities. So it's a lot of work. But in any event, I'm going to try to make this project demonstration pretty fast. Unfortunately, the MindTap Word demonstration video that I created just a few hours ago, meaning also on October the 30th of 2022, that went 1 hour and 11 minutes. So it's way too long. But anyway, here we go. All right, so let's get over to MindTap and get going. I'll share my screen. Share my screen. As I always say, this particular, the recordings that I'm doing right now are for both class that ends with the reference number 9165, which is a Monday, Wednesday class, and the class that ends with the reference number 2143, which is a Tuesday, Thursday class. But each of those 2 classes meets 2 days a week from 6:15 until 9:30 p.m. All right. Okay. So I'm going to Student Start here and go over to MindTap and demonstrate how to start a project. Projects, like I said, they're more difficult. You also cannot ask your professor for help on a project. I'll tell you, you need to go to your training. Every project is based on the training, okay? Hope I have some, I may be out of space. Let's see, unless they're having an issue right now. Let me get out of here and go back. Launch the content again. Come on, let's go. Taking longer than normal, so it may be a busy day. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to go to Word, all right, Module 1. I just demonstrated Module 1 training, Module 2 training, Module 3, and Module 4 training. I demonstrated 8 tasks from each of these, so I did a total of 32 tasks out of the 126 that you have to do for Microsoft Word in both the class reference number 9165, the Monday, Wednesday night class, and reference number 2143, the Tuesday, Thursday night class. So now I'm going to show how to do the first project. And the first project, first of all, is based on the first training. So you do this first training. There's 56 tasks just in this one training. Do it 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 times, and then you'll be able to do this project easily enough. Okay? All right. So when you click a project, like when you click training, there's just a start here. But one thing that's important to note on projects is that you get, let me just start it line by line. So you get a maximum number of submissions of 3. So you can submit this project up to 3 times if you want to. Obviously, I'd rather you get 100 on it right away so that you don't have to do 2 more submissions, because I want you to move on. There's a lot to do. It also tells you which number or how many submissions you still have remaining. Okay, so because I haven't done it, I still have 3 left, of course, and then click Start to begin the assignment. So you click Start, but remember here, everything you're doing, you're downloading to your computer. So once you click Start, there's 3 files to download. So I'm going to download them all now. This is an instructions file. Okay, this is the Start file. And this is called a PNG, which is a portable network graphics file. It's just an image file. Okay. So I downloaded those 3 files, and now I'll just open the folder where these things are at. So show in folder. In your case, obviously, wherever your downloads go to is what you need to worry about. Okay. What I'm going to do is take this picture, this start file, and this instructions file, and control exit out of there and move it over to our class, file 2022. And I have my project demos. The only one that'll be for Word will be here. Control V that in. All right. Okay. Now, so that's where my 3 are. You can leave yours in the downloads if you want, or you can put them on your desktop. You can put them in your documents folder. You can put them in a folder, a special folder, whatever you want to do. All right. But you need all 3 of these files to do the job that you have to do. So I'm just going to double click on the instructions file. Okay. So that one will open up now. And then I will enable the content. All right. Yeah, my computer is very slow this afternoon. I have way too many files open, unfortunately. I'm doing some things in YouTube, so I got to make sure that that's up. I'm on a hiring committee, so this is a demonstration video that somebody, a professor, wants me to view as part of her interview tomorrow afternoon. And then some things I'm doing because we bought my wife an electric car last week, so I want to now get a charging station in my garage. Anyway, for that. So I'm going to enable the editing, even though on the instructions I don't technically need to. And then I'll minimize that one. Okay. Then I'm going to open the start file. This is the file that you're going to turn in. You're going to submit this file. Okay. So it's a flyer, and they gave us part of it so far. So you enable editing on this. Okay. And then the other one, I'm just going to open it to show you. This is a PNG file. That means, again, a portable network graphics file. It's an image file, just like a JPEG file. Okay, so you see an HEIC file. It's just that stuff. So you're going to be inserting this picture into your file that you're creating, the start file. All right, so this one I'll minimize as well. Now I'm going to minimize this stuff here, get away from that. And now I'm going to bring both of those documents up so I can see them at the same time. So on a Windows computer, you can just kind of take the file when it's up like this and ram it to the left, if you will. And now it's going to only take up half the size of the screen. Okay. Then that was my instructions file. So then if I go to my other Word document, which is my actual file, this one, I'll ram it from left to right. And then it takes up half. So I've got 2 files, each taking up half my screen. Now I've got a fairly big desktop. I mean, it's 23 or 24 inches, so it's not huge, but it's pretty darn big. But anyway, if yours won't do that, or you can't make it do that, then you can leave one down, meaning one minimized, and just go back to it every time you need to. Okay, so we have the instructions on the left, and let me show you that on the left in the instructions at the very end of the document, you'll see the completed file. So this is what on the left is what they want ours on the right to look like. So I'll scroll down to one on the right. This is the one that we haven't done anything with yet. Okay. So that's it. So at the end, obviously, we have to submit. We have to insert a picture. We have to insert either different font colors or maybe some different. No, okay, grant scholarship. So we have to change the colors on some of these things. Okay. There's a bulleted list. We don't have a bulleted list, but we'll add that. Or again, I'll only add 8 up to 15 steps. So there's some things here. The picture, we have to format the picture. Ours is on the right so that it looks more like on the left in terms of size and everything else. And we have to change the formatting up here so that it has this color schemes and everything else. All right. Okay. So the way we always start, or the way I always recommend you start, is first you look at the instructions file, but still have the other one up. All right. So the instruction says, open the file SC_WD19. What that means is Word 2019. Remember, if you have this on your home computer now, then you're using Word 2019, which is the home downloadable version of Office 365 Pro Plus. All right, and you can do this on a Mac. You can do it on a Windows machine. You can't download anything to a Chromebook, unfortunately. But if you have a Linux device, you can download, install Word on it, so to speak, and download Word documents to it. But as I stated at the beginning of this term, you need to make sure that you download Office 365 Pro Plus. I told you where to do it. If you don't remember, you go back and look at the class overview video, which was video number 1, played in class on day 1 of this term. All right. Okay. So I have the start file opened. All right. And right now, the start file has this name. So when they say first, last name, This is at the MindTap site. It's based on your name when the person who downloaded the file. So in my case, it's John Maloney _1. That's the file, and they say save it to end in an _2. So the only thing we change is this number 1 right there. Make it a number 2 instead of a number 1. So I'm going to do file save as. Remember, I already saved mine in that folder that I just showed you. So I'll do save as. It's going to come to that same spot. So I'll click this in here. Actually, not in there. I want to save it as a different file name. Sorry. So right there, it's 1. I'm going to delete the 1, but only the 1, and change that to a 2. So that's now the file name, and I'll save it. Okay. Now I'll open that folder again to show you in my case. So here's my homestead, classes for CGS 1060. If I open the project demos, so now there's 4 documents in this one. Okay. The first one is the instructions that I downloaded. The next one was the start file, what they call the start file. And they told us to rename the start file to end in a number 2. Okay. Now, they also tell you right here, let me minimize this again. So if you do not see the .docx file in the Save As dialog box, do not type it. Your program, the program will add the file extension for you automatically. So when you save it, you're only saving it as this, right? Ending it right there. You do not type .docx. You do not type .docx, okay? If you have Office on your home computer, it'll know when you save a Word document that it saves to docx extensions. So it does it automatically. So you just change the number 1 from up here in this first line to number 2. Your first and last name, by the way, are embedded in the program. All right. So they're going to ask us a little bit lower, but I'll just look at it right now. It says, if the footer does not display your name, delete the file and download a new copy. So a footer is what's down at the very bottom of every page of a Word document. Okay. So the footer is down here. To see the footer or to go into it, you can just double click it. Right. See, that is the footer. Now I can change this to say Joe Rogers. Okay. So if I type it as Joe Rogers and I enter that, you see it's now saved in there. Get away from it, and the footer has Joe Rogers. Pretend that's your name. All right. See, Joe Rogers. You say yes. But let me tell you, okay, let me tell you, when you upload this file, because this file over here, the one that we're working on, the one that ends in a number 2, when you upload it, it's comparing your first and last name to your student ID, which is embedded in the file descriptions of this file, and you can't change it, okay? You won't find it. So if you get a file from someone else, I promise you, I'll get a note. This file came from this person, and the person who most likely got 100 on it, shared it with a friend. That person didn't do it, but both will get a 0. So the 100, if that was the person who shared a file with you, the 90, whatever the person got, I'll flip it to a 0. Because when the auto grader comes back showing it, it's not looking at this name, Joe Rogers. It's not looking at the name, John Maloney. It's not looking at your name. It's looking at, does this name, Joe Rogers, match up with the embedded encryption key associated with the student ID? Okay, and of course it won't, right? All right, so let's change it back to John Maloney. All right, and then get out of there again. So now it's John Maloney in the footer. Yours has to have your name in the footer. All right, all right. I know no one would cheat in this class, by the way. I know you would not cheat. No, you would not cheat, but don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't be tempted, because MindTap, Cengage MindTap, is an extremely smart platform. So it doesn't take names, student names, faculty names, any other names. If there's a fee associated with it, which of course this one has, and everyone is, their name turns into something else that they hide from us. And that's, in your case, your student ID, in my case, my employee ID. All right. Okay. So I did the getting started. Now we don't get credit for doing anything in getting started. Right. The project steps are where we get points. Okay, so we look for how many project steps. Well, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so 15 project steps. I always demonstrate in every class I teach, whether again it's programming or hardware, or in this case intro to computers, on any given project that I demonstrate about half the tasks. So I said I'll do most likely 8 steps. Okay, but see how it's down here, number 11 and number 12, 13, 14 have 2 steps. 15 has 3 steps. Okay, number 10, number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, and number 5 only have 1. Okay, number 4 has 4. Number 3 has 3. Number 2 has 1. Number 1 has 2. But still, the one with 2 steps, meaning number 1 up here, that'll have the same point value as number 2, which is 1 step, have the same point value as number 3, which is a lot harder because it's modifying pictures. But it's still 3 steps is a lot more work than any of those, but it's still the same number of points. And this one here, even though it's a lot of steps, it's kind of easy. But either way, it's also worth about the same number of points. So normally the first 8 or so steps, maybe the first 10 will be worth a certain number of points. Let's say 8. And then the ones after that, maybe from 9 through 15, will just be worth 9. Or if they start with 7, the next ones will be 8. So they're almost all exactly the same, but they change some so that the total can add up to 100. All right. Okay. So let's get it going, and then you'll be ready to rock and roll. So project steps. They're telling us you work in. Let me make it a little bit bigger. When I talk, I like to. I know I got lots of folders right now, but it's very important. So I'll make this one a little bit wider. So not that wide though. So you work in. I move it over and I'll just kind of scroll so it can be big. You work in the financial aid. This is step 1 in the financial aid department of Avery University, and you're creating a flyer to advertise upcoming financial aid workshops. Okay. Begin by making the following changes to the document theme and the theme colors to match other documents from the financial aid department. So in other words, they're pretending to be this particular university. They have lots of Word documents, but the school has a particular style they want used, a particular document theme and document theme color, etc. So the first 2 steps that we get graded for, first is change the document theme to Office, okay, and then change the document theme colors to red. So to do that, you know, I pretty well know where to go in all these tabs. You may not know. Most of you probably don't know. Okay, but remember, I said Module 1 project is based on the Module 1 training. There's 56 steps in the training. Every one of these steps on the left is illustrated. Now, it may not be as an example for center, shadow, rectangle picture style, but it'll be a picture style as was demonstrated in your training. May not be paragraph spacing before, may just be after, or it may be a different point value, but either way, you'll be doing this, and the training included that. Training included uppercase font size. Training included doing bold. Training included using formatting with other things. So every topic here has been taught to you in the training. It's just whether you've done the training and done it sufficiently well, done it a sufficient number of times to know how to do it. So when I say where it is, that's just me telling you just based on knowing. But it doesn't matter, right? But you do have to find all these things. So you might want to have your training open at the same time you're doing your projects. It might help you, it might not, I don't know. Anyway, so they want me to change the document theme to Office. So it's either going to be in design or in layout. So if I click on design, okay, there's nothing there about, what am I looking for? Themes. Actually, it is a theme. So it's in design. So I click the themes down arrow, okay? And they said change it to Office. When they say to like Office in bold with black, you know, bold black right there, that means that's the one they want us to pick. That's what we're looking for. So we look, starting at the top, we're looking for Office. Well, you see the very first one says Office, so you click it. So now it's applied. The very first time you do it, then click the Save button. If you realize then you made a mistake, then undo it and do it again, okay? So, but now if I click the themes, and I don't hover on top of Office, I'm hovering down here in the bottom, but look at how Office looks. Again, Office is way up here in the top left. Do you notice that it's got a gray background? Yes, you should. So that means that's the theme that we're now using, all right? So that was correct, but will be correct. All right, Now, then they say change the document theme colors to red. So same spot, design, here's themes, over here is colors, but if you hover, it'll say theme colors. Theme colors. Okay, so we're doing theme colors and they want it to be red. All right, so I'm going to click the down arrow. All these are theme colors and I'm going to go down to red. Okay, so here is red violet, here's red orange, orange red, whatever. It's red. And you don't worry about all these other colors. They're just different versions of reddish colors based on what your document themes might be doing. Some of them might change, have a different theme as an example for things that are bulleted lists. So it might have a slightly different version of the color, you know, when it's in red, meaning in this one, okay? But you just do again what it says. So step 1B on the left says change the document theme colors to red. I'm in the themes on the, you know, about in the center of the document toward the right, it says colors. And I said, if you hover, it'll say theme colors and you just pick red. Okay. Now I'm going to hit save again, but I'm going to also again show you, just like in here in the themes, you see now, oh, because I made a change now, office, but this is still there. So if I go over here to, again, my colors, now you're going to see that colors, you might see that red, when I hover like this, it's got what looks like a bluish border around it. But watch when I hover on red, orange, there's no border around it. Orange, red, no border around it. Orange, no border. Look here again. It's a very thin bluish rectangle around the whole color selections, okay? All right. And this themes, I mean, I know I hit save, so let's just click again just to make sure, okay? And I'm going to click the save button, all right? All right, so that's done. Now, what we want to do is make sure that everything we do is always done with what they want, all right? So hit my save, okay? And if you look at the picture now at the bottom, which I told you is the what it should look like. If you see the office of student aid, like the top two lines, and you look at ours, there is a reddish tint to it now, but obviously the font sizes and stuff are looking different because on the left, I'm on a much wider, let me make that narrower now, as a matter of fact. So if you look at that and you look at this, it might look like there's some differences in it, but if so, it's just based on some formatting that we're going to do later on. But you see the picture on the left is way different than the one on the right. This one's got an obvious picture effect. It's got like a sort of a, not like a rounded edge instead of like this one looks. And of course, this one's way smaller. So we're going to change that stuff. But anyway, we just do it one step at a time. All right. Okay. So I'm pretty sure 1A and 1B are going to be okay. Now, step 2, change the margins to narrow to fit more content on the page. So make that bigger to show you that again. So this one over here, step 2, and remember step 2, there's only one little step. So this is literally one click, one button click. Well, 2, because technically I got to go into the layout, then I'm going to click the margins to make that selection. But either way, and it's one little step, but it's worth as much as the 2 steps above it, and it's worth as much as the 3 steps in step 3 below it. So margins, I'm telling you that they're in layout, but if you don't know that, you just click around and you look, or again, you open up your training. All right, so in margins, down arrow, they want me to change the margins to narrow. So you see the one that's got the grayish background, it's custom margins. You look up here, you see narrow, it's the second one. They want it to be narrow. So click narrow, okay? Hit the save button once that save registers. What is going on? All right, so save, okay? And again, do the margins. And you see narrow has that, narrow's the one selected now. So again, done. Now, I didn't have you scroll down, but there's a slight change in, with a narrow margin, you get more text going more to the left, and if need be, going to the right. Okay, so the margins definitely did change. Back over here, step 3, make the pictures of the students more eye-catching, and suitable for the layout as follows. So they want the picture to be a height of 2.5 inches, and they want a picture style and a glow picture effect. So I'll show you how to do those things. So when you're doing something, and again, it was taught to you in training, but when you're doing something with a picture, you have to click the picture. So when I click the picture, you see these little circles around it. So that means that I'm now in that area, meaning I'm in the picture. So then there's a picture format on the top right side of my tab for this document. I'm right here. Right now I'm in the picture. Now I'm to the top right of it, but you see my cursor. And then up here, picture format, just underneath my picture up there. Okay, so picture format because I'm on the picture. Now I'm going to deselect the picture, meaning click away from it, and then you won't see picture format again. So watch. I'll click under it. You don't see those filled in or those circles. And look, you don't see picture format. So you click it, then you see picture format. You click the picture format. All right. Now we want to do what they're telling us. So for 3A, they say resize the picture to a height of 2.5 inches. So you're in the picture format area, and it says size on this particular area right here. And you see up top, this one's saying shape height. And this one here, it's going to say shape width. Well, it's a picture, but that's okay. So where it says 4.33 is the height, hover again. They said change it, resize it to 2.5. So all you got to do is select it like that and just type 2.5. You don't even need to put the double quote for the inch mark. If you just type 2.5 and enter, then the width is changed, but you'll also notice the height will change. Watch. Okay. So now the height is 2.5 inches. The width is 3.75. If I go over here on the left, now it looks a lot closer to this one. The style, the picture effects aren't, but the size is. Okay. And again, remember the one on the left, I got bigger. Okay. All right. So go up here. So in the picture format, again, you only had to change 2.5, or we. So I changed it to 2.5 inches. Let me scroll back up. Sorry. Step 3. All right. So I did the 2.5. So don't worry about the fact that the width also changed. They do that because pictures normally are auto set. So if you change the height, the width automatically changes. If I would have changed the width instead, the height would automatically change. So they do that so that the picture shows well. It's an automatic feature. You can still alter them if you want, but that's the way it is. And they didn't tell us to do anything with width. They just said resize the height. Well, we did, so that means it's exactly what they want. So hit the save button. All right, save. All right, next one is 3B. Now they're saying apply the center, shadow, rectangle, picture style. How am I going to do it? Again, I got to be on the picture. So click it. Now I'm in picture format. So now I'm looking for picture styles. Quick styles, picture styles. Let's see what this says. Picture border. See what this says. Picture effects. See what this says. Convert to smart art. No. Quick styles. Maybe quick styles. Let's see. Picture, and this, by the way, is picture style. See right here. So let me go to these quick styles. And they want it to be center, shadow, rectangle. 3B. So I'm just looking for center, shadow, rectangle. Hover. That's not it. Hover. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, that's a rectangle, but not center, shadow. Okay, come down. That's not it. That's not it. Center, shadow. That's not it. Center, shadow. That's not it. That's soft edge, but that's not it. This one, moderate frame, compound frame, center, shadow. So that's that one. So the third row, the third column, this one. So now I change that, and now that picture style will be closer to the picture style down here. Again, they're different sizes, remember, but the change now, I haven't put an effect in yet, but the style is correct now, or we'll assume, and it's going to be auto graded, by the way. So that was 3B. So now I want to apply an effect. So again, click on the picture, come over here again, and this one here is convert to smart art. This one here is picture effects. Click the down arrow. They want glow 5 point. Well, here's glow. Okay, we're looking for 5 point. So this is 5 point. That's 8, 18, 11. So they're going down. So that means this one's all 5, or most likely anyway. So 5 point orange. They want 5 point brown, accent color 6. 5 point orange. 5 point brown, accent 4. Brown, accent 5. We want accent 6. So maybe this one. Brown, accent color 6. Click it. Okay. Save it. So now we've done, I believe, 3A, B, and C. Now they're saying, draw attention to the flyer's headline paragraph. When it says flyer, remember, we are making a flyer is what they're basically having us to do, but they gave us half of it. And then, you are doing a certain number of steps. So I'm doing half of the steps. You're going to do the other. Well, you're going to do all the steps, obviously. But if you have, to get used to it, you can just follow along with this. So this one, so they're saying, I have to look at that headline text. So they're saying financial aid workshops. They put it in double quotes. That means that's what we're looking for. And you see right here, financial aid workshops. So I'm going to select all of that text like that. All right. So they said to select it. This is number 4 over here. Now, change the paragraph spacing before to 12. All right, so let's get in here again. There's a couple ways you can do this. Because I selected something over here, now it changed. But either way, you can just, again, all right, so it automatically reselected it. But let me just show you this way. I'll triple click on the word financial. Boom, boom, boom. See, it's all selected. Now I'll double click on that word. Boom, boom. It's only that selected. Okay, so you can play games to try to figure out how things show up easier for you, or you can just click and drag that way. But anyway, so I got to change now the paragraph spacing. All right, so paragraph spacing, hopefully you learned from your training, is in the paragraph area. Okay, so here's paragraph area, and I'm just going to expand this, which is this bottom right blow up. It's called paragraph settings. So in here, move this over here for now. So they said, actually right in the middle. So they said over here for 4A, change the paragraph spacing before to 12 point. So here is a paragraph, and here is spacing, and they want it 12 point before. So before right now is 0 point. So I can click the up arrow, and when I do, it goes all the way up by 6 points. They want it 12 points. So one more up arrow will double it to 12. See, that's 12 points. So I did the paragraph spacing before. Now they're saying change the paragraph spacing after to 6 points. So again, paragraph after, it's 0, make it 6. So now it's 6. Hit the OK on that to save it. Let me OK that. I want to save. So I've done the first 2. Now they want to change the case to uppercase. So where's case? Well, it's going to be in the font group, right? And then we're just looking for all of our fonts. So up here, where you see a big A and little a, that's going to be to change the case. They want to change the case to upper. So up here, again, if you did training, you did it. See sentence case, lowercase, uppercase. That's the one they want. So click uppercase. So now it's all in uppercase. And then 4D says change the font size to 28 point. Well, the font size is also up here. It says 24. Just select it and type 28. Okay, enter that. So now that one is done. All right. So again, go down now and look at that one. And maybe look at the picture a little bit more, since we did that last thing on the picture a minute ago. All right, so now again, the picture on the left is bigger, but it's because I'm on a much bigger screen over there. I want you to see your instructions. So, but in terms of the way the picture looks, you can see this, there is, whatever that picture effect is, the glow brown 5, you can see it's visibly the same on both, okay? In terms of the picture style, it was something rectangle, and this is, they're both in that. And so we're all set so far. I'm going to hit the save button. Okay, go back up. That was number 4. So now I think number 5. All right, so 4, 5. And again, I guess I should make it just a hair smaller so you guys, that way I can make the other one maybe a hair bigger. I don't want to make the other one bigger though, just in case it then changes it. So now it's not quite as big, but still, number 5 says copy the text Avery University from the heading paragraph beginning financial aid. All right, financial aid department at the top of the page. So they're saying in this line here, financial aid department, there's the words Avery University, and they're saying copy it. So copy it obviously means just select it. So you select both words, control copy, or right click copy, or just copy right up here in your clipboard, whichever you prefer. Okay, I did control and the letter C. Control means the CTRL key and the letter C. And see how it says paste, control plus V under it when I'm hovering? Control plus V. Copy is control plus C. But you don't do the plus, it's the CTRL and C to copy. And now to, if you want to paste it, control with the V. And they said to do this, paste it in the blank paragraph after the financial aid workshops headline. So see, there's the financial aid workshops. There's a blank line. We can see that there's a lot of space. So I'll just click in there. Okay, click. Okay, oops. Let me undo that. What the heck did I just do? All right, so it came down. So this thing here is where we are. And I can see it's center because if I click to the right, it's not moving. If I click to the left, it's not moving. So let me look down below. Yeah, Avery University is going to be right. And it's going to be in that reddish, one of the reddish colors. And it's going to be in the middle down here. So I copied it. So now I just click right here. And I'll do CTRL, meaning the control key, and the letter V. And you see it pasted it in, and it's got that little reddish color. So I'll hit my save. So that was, I think, number 5. That was a whole step just to copy and paste that little bit of work. All right. All right. So that was number 5. Now, number 6. Oh my gosh, look how easy this one is. Bold the date, Monday, November 8th, in the paragraph that begins Monday, November 8th, ... at 7 p.m. So they're saying Monday, November 8th, ... It ends at 7 p.m. So they mean this sentence here. They want me to bold, they want me to bold just the Monday, November 8th part. So just select the Monday, November 8th, okay, and make that bold. So you click the B. And now, see, Tuesday, November 16th is already bold. Again, we can go down to the bottom and see. Okay. So Monday, November 8th is in bold. Tuesday, November 16th is in bold. Friday, November 19th. They're all in bold. So hit your save. So the only thing we had to do was that one area, or the one date, Monday, November the 8th. So that's been done. Okay. All right, that was 4, that was 5, and then that there was just number 6. All right, did. Now, create a bulleted list. If you don't know what a bulleted list is, it's in the it's in the paragraph group, but again, you did it in your training. So it's a matter of what they're wanting us to do. So let's see. Create a bulleted list, and then I'll scroll over a bit. This is number 7. Beginning with the paragraph, Monday, November 8th at 7 p.m., and ending with the paragraph, individual meetings to 4 p.m. Okay, so they want us to do all of this. All right, so you can see that that means, number 7 means Monday, November the 8th, which is this one, and individual meetings to 4 p.m., which is this one. So basically, you just select them both like that. Okay, I just clicked to the left of the M for Monday and scrolled over, but I also scrolled down because I wanted to get the next sentence too. All right, so just that. And now what are they saying? Create a bulleted list. Well, let's look at what the bulleted list looks like. So we go down. Okay, see, it's the bulleted list with dark circles. All right, so we go to the paragraph group. Again, because I've done it a million times. And we want circles, though, not square. I don't know if that's circles or not. I got to see a little bit closer for me. So I'll click this down arrow here. So it's none right now. They want filled in black circles. So this is what they want. So click it and see now to the left of in my document, the one on the right, which is the one I'm going to upload for grading, it has 2 filled in circles. All right, so that's a bulleted list. Hit the save. Okay, I said I would do 8 steps. I believe this was number 7. So that was number 7. Now, number 8. Add the words requesting the. They're in bold. That means they want us to type those 2 words in bold, not in bold, sorry, but that's the 2 words they want us to add. Okay. Sometimes they put the double quotes, and sometimes they put bold, whatever. But they're saying add the words to the paragraph beginning. So we'll see. The workshops present ... And then so that it reads, okay, so the workshops present guidelines for requesting the following. And they're saying add the words requesting the. So here, so it over here on the right, it's going to say the workshops present guidelines for following. But they want this added to it. Okay. So I have to add that. So you see, here's where they have it, right down here. And they want requesting the after the words guidelines for. So guidelines for, And then here type requesting the space, and it's done. Hit the save. Again, verify that it's there in the bottom document. The workshops present guidelines for requesting the. The workshops present guidelines for requesting the following types of financial aid, following types of financial aid with a colon. All right, so that was number 8. So since there's only 15, I've already done more than half, okay? So I'm going to now save mine on the right. This one, save 100 times now. You must know where you put the file because you're going to have to close this file down, and then we're going to go back to Blackboard, to MindTap, and then I'm going to upload this file, okay, at the MindTap site. So I'm going to close that document. It's closed. The instructions, I'll just leave them open just in case you want to see them after, right? But now, so I did step 1, meaning download the files. And let's pretend that I accidentally shut down the system, or my mom, in my case, obviously my wife, in your case, maybe your mom or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or somebody said, it's time to eat or it's time to take a break. I want to do something. And you go with them. So you shut this down. Don't worry. Nothing's lost. Come back in, open it up. Look, Module 1 project. It's going to say the same stuff on the left, maximum number of submissions, because I haven't submitted it yet, right? And then I'm going to click start. It's going to bring me exactly to the same spot. But here, remember, I did this. Number 1, I downloaded those files. So you do the same stuff. If you've already downloaded them, you don't need to download them a second time. But now it says save work to SAM. Upload your in progress or completed file. Well, I would call this an in progress because I purposefully did not finish it, right? In your case, you may finish the file and then upload it to SAM. So I'm going to click here to browse my files where I can find it. Mine, because this is the folder I'm in mostly for you guys, this is where it came automatically. But this is my course videos. This is the one I just created. No, 10:30 I said, right? That's here. Yeah, right here. This is the one I just created today, 10:30. It was an hour and 11 minutes, okay? Anyway, but it's going to be, instead in there, it's going to be in my project demos, okay? And Word is the first project demo. Which one is it? The 1_1 or the 1_2? The 1_2. And make sure you check the date and compare the date to your date on the calendar. So my calendar right now says 10:30/2022 and it's 6:12 p.m. When did I save it? 10:30/2022, 6:09. So that's definitely the right file. So you single click it. And you notice it does not have .docx, but it knows it's a Word document. So behind the scenes, there is a .docx. So I say open. Now we have the expected file name and the saved. The saved is the one I just browsed for and now uploaded. So it's here. Okay. So are they right? SC_WD19_ 1A_1A_ John Maloney _2_2. And they add again the .docx. I didn't add it. You don't add it. Okay. And then I submit. And within a few seconds, it'll be done. Already graded. And now see, it says 2 of 3 submissions remain. So if you do this after this demonstration video, you'll get half of it done. And then you can click a study guide, but graded summary report is I think probably all you need. So I click graded summary report, and there it's already available. It says for this file, open the file. I hope I got a 50. And I got a 51, yay! So I'll enable the editing, but let's see if that's enough points. I'll make it bigger, move this over. Okay, so I want to see the points though. Okay, right there. So on step 1, I changed the document theme. I did it correctly, otherwise it wouldn't have a green check mark. I changed the document theme colors correctly, otherwise it wouldn't have a check mark. And they gave me 6 points out of 6. So if you get, let's say, 4 out of 6, you did something wrong. 2 out of 6, you did something wrong. 0 out of 6, 3 out of 6, 1, 5 out of 6, you did something wrong. All right? All right, so it's right though, so I'm good. I'm not going to worry about it. Change the margins to narrow. Got a green check mark. It's only one little tiny step, 6 out of 6, so it's right. The picture. It looks like I resized it correctly. I applied the picture style correctly. I applied the picture effect correctly. So I got 6 out of 6 points. The next one. The 4 little steps for adjusting those 3 words, financial aid workshop. So I changed the space before a paragraph correctly because it's got a check mark. Change the space after a paragraph correctly, it's got a check mark. I changed the font case and I changed the font size. So I got 6 points out of 6. Okay. Then the next one, number 5. Copied, yeah, this was a hard one. Copied the text Avery University from the heading paragraph, whatever. Anyway, so copy and paste is all it is. And I did it and I got 6 out of 6 points. And now they're going up to 7 points each. So number 6 is 7 points. It says behold text. Nice and simple, but I got it right. So even though some of the other ones are harder, this one's worth more points. So it doesn't mean the ones down below are hard. They're not. This is all module 1. So number 7, create a bulleted list. Format paragraph as a list. I did it. So 7 out of 7. Number 8, add the words requesting the. Boy, it couldn't have been any easier. Really, the last 3 were easier than most of the others. But either way, so enter text. I did it correctly. 7 out of 7. So if I got 8 7s, it'd be 56. But see, 3 of them are only 6s. So it'd be, or 5 of them are that. So I guess I got 51. Is that what it said? Yeah, 51 points out of 100. Okay. And then the other ones, you have to do what it's telling you to do. They don't tell you how to do it, but like the text jobs are usually available on campus, should be deleted from the document. So you got to find it and then delete it. The paragraphs beginning with whatever should be formatted, blah, blah, blah. But that's what the instructions told you. So you just do it and that is it. And you can submit it up to 3 times. Now, in case you want to upload it a second time, please listen carefully to this. All right. If you want to upload it a second time, you don't need to start from scratch a second time. Why? Well, if you got any right, even if you only got number 3 right, well, it's still right. So take the same file that you uploaded, which you should have saved on your computer. Let me show you where mine is again. Mine is obviously not yours, Project Demos. So I saved mine here. If you would have saved yours, left it in the downloads, or you moved it to documents, or you moved it to a CGS 1060 folder, whatever wherever you have it, as long as you go get it. So in my case, again, I saved it on 10/30/2022. Most recently saved it on 10/30/2022 at 6:09 p.m. So if you uploaded it whenever, then you want to go find the most recent file you have that has the same number, and then open it, and then you can go back here. So if you only got number 3 right, then you have to go back to number 1 and make sure you fix number 1 so it's right. Fix number 2 so it's right. You got number 3 right, so you don't touch it. If number 4, you also did not get it all right. If you got 2 of them right, well, then only change the 2 you didn't get right? If you didn't change this right, then you fix it and change it. And anyway, you do it for all 15 steps. Okay, so do it for 15 steps, and then you are done. Upload the file and go from there. So now I'm going to go over here and end this recording. Have a great day. I'll see you in class.